Hey, how's it going? YouTube, it's AF here. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing Libromancer Mikanko post-ban list. So we all know the current Forbidden Limited list did ban Elf, which is actually a hit for our deck if you're playing the Adventure Engine. Just because we can't normal Gale Logra effect because we're under right. However, we have this current build kind of plays around. It also is more updated and focused for the meta. What I mean by that is that we have, well, the Zeus package. The Zeus package is incredibly important, and we do have like certain niche lines where we can snatch one of their kash and then just slap in a Rise Hardened Field, which makes our board that much harder to break. Or you can just do that, make a Zeus, and then go further. It's just an option, right? It's just something neat we can do. You can also play Change of Heart tactics as well. But yeah, another neat thing that we do is we play 2 Renault now. In my opinion, it's the correct way because if one gets banished, it's a lot harder. At least the bare minimum, this card is an extender, right? This card is never that bad. You can also play 1 Fire Flint, but Renault turns itself into a tuner, so I don't mind playing 2. And if I see it in my hand, I can just discard it off the Ohime ad. So it's honestly just fine. There's so many ways to get rid of it. We can discard off Cross Sheep if we want. Like, it's fine. Just play 2. Just play 2. Make sure your ISO line's never dead. That's why we play 3 Arabesque, as well as that card just being amazing. And just board break. It just slaps. Another thing is, the reason we play Kagura is for the certain niche situations. For example, we're playing 44 cards. There are some chances we see weird hands, and so we can do some weird lines to those weird hands. So we play Ohime. Basically, we go Ohime, add Kagura if we have Ben 10 in our hand, or a way to get to it. And we have like no other play. So we go Ohime, grab Kagura, Kagura tribute Ben 10 search Diviner, normal Diviner, pitch this, add like Illusion of Chaos, and then you can just extend with Illusion of Chaos, summon Souls, and then if you have like 1 spell card, you can just discard it, draw a card, which is pretty cool. And so that's like a pretty niche line. I don't see people doing it too much, especially in this deck as we try to build for as high consistency as possible. This deck has some really niche lines which make it seem that it almost never bricks. You just have worse and worse end boards. But another reason why we're playing this over the Adventure Engine, while playing this current version of the deck over the Adventure Engine, is because the Adventure Engine only works if we have Elf. Right, we can't Christia lock them while under right, because we have to normal the Dogger unless there's a way to summon it from grave. And I thought of like ways like, can we hard make Entis, and with Cross Sheep on field with a ritual monster, yeah, we can special summon essentially a level 4 lore, which will be the Gale Dogra. And another thing is, since it's in sequence, I believe you can go, it's ritual first, fusion second. So you go ritual, draw, discard, and then fusion, I believe. Although, correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't exactly know, but there are also other ways to discard it, so it's whatever. But yeah, this deck essentially has the same lines, except we don't play the Adventure Engine, and we're playing a more streamlined version. Another thing we can do is against any other matchup, we just destroy their end boards. They have to, if we're against Bound, we just slap the Arabesque on the Mirror Jade, and they're forced to get rid of their Mirror Jade. So the way they can do that is they get a Mirror Jade effect, negate with Brim, and then bounce back to Mirror Jade, so that we don't banish it. And then you still get the send. And then you also lose your equip, which is an interesting play. Another thing we can do is, when we're going second, just Turbo Zeus, break their field, and then go from there. But it's also kind of hard to make Zeus in this deck specifically, especially since we're not playing Bestials. So yeah, we can yoink their Bestials, make Dompier, and then Dompier effect, send a card, and then like just steal their card, and then just attack, make a Zeus, send everything, or something like that. Just a thought though, it's a good card. I'm like, this card's far from bad, but it's a pretty niche line. I don't expect too many people doing it. Also, as a fun thing, Rondo is not once per turn. So if you like Hare yoink and you have like Ohime in hand, you can go Ohime equip, yoink another one of their monsters, and then you can just link it off and do whatever. Another thing is Dynamon. This is another board breaker for us. Essentially what we can do is link this off with the ritual summoned Ohime, and then essentially just bounce whatever card going second, and then effect on their turn, tribute, special summon this, effect, yoink one of their cards if you have Rondo in your grave. Otherwise, you can just set up with Arabesque by equipping it to itself, and then just hope cannot be destroyed by battle and cannot be destroyed by card effects, allow you to survive a turn. But of course, this will be in addition to like other things, hopefully. But just another neat play that you can do with the new common card. Yeah, this card's nuts in Drytron. It's more nuts in Drytron than it is this deck. But it's still a good card. Yeah, we have a lot of interesting ways we can like break their board and continue our combo, which is pretty cool. Like Arabesque is just stupid, and like Lava Golem is crazy. Of course, we can't go with Galdagra, but we usually kill them if we Lava Golem. For example, we have an OTK for that. If we have Ohime and Harayan Field with a Lava Golem on theirs, it's OTK, because you go Hare swing, Ohime swing. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to snatch it, and then you swing directly with Lava Golem. Of course, this assumes they have nothing but that Lava Golem on field. Well, that's not particularly hard to do, as we do have access code in our deck, as well as Dompier if you do want to send a card. So it's whatever. We can also make Brone, and Brone also has another relieved effect to pop a card, which is pretty good effect. The reason we're not playing 2 Zeus is because I can't personally find space. I mean, I guess you can take off Dynamon to play a second one, but then they just banish your Dompier, and then you have to rely on the Change of Heart play, essentially, just stealing one of their cashes, slapping a Rise Heart. But don't forget that like those target, so it's another niche and weird thing. I guess you can like fool around with Rust and like certain side cards to make this better. But we'll have to see where this goes. This is just my idea and what I think of it so far. Yeah, this deck is like still 100% playable. We still do the same things except with less security. And if you still want to play the adventure engine, it's still far from bad. You can do other things with it, like just set up a butt ton of Omnis. But yeah, it's kind of like just not as good as it used to be, because you really need the elf to revive the Galdagra just to play under adventure just way better. You can also revive back Diviner, which is cool. But yeah, another thing I want to mention is Libromancer Mystical. That card has an effect when she is special summoned. You can target a monster on the field and negate its effect and turn its attack to 0. You can special summon that off of Dynamond on their turn. So if you make it during yours, get in the graveyard, and then you Dynamond effect revive, and then you just get a negate. Although it's very slow, it's still a negate, and it's still something I wanted to mention. Although it is very slow, and I wouldn't suggest it. The main play with this was to essentially just make it on our turn, link it off for Elf, and then summon it off of Elf, spin a card, and then you effect Tribute, special summon whatever, and then continue. But now you can't do that. So it's still good, but not as good. This deck doesn't play hand traps because it's more or less you blow out your opponent turn 2 with just board breakers. With board breaker, and then you can just break their board naturally, right? I've never been in a situation where like, oh yeah, this hand, I can't break their board. I've always seen my hand and be like, I can break it, right? I always have like Arabesque or like a Lava Golem or like a way to get to Arabesque, since we play essentially 12 Arabesque, so it's like not hard to get to at all. But yeah, these are just my thoughts. Feel free to discuss with me in the comment section and like certain ideas you might have. And yeah. Also, before I let you guys go, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, as it really helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next video.